Celine Tam's journey from a gifted child in Hong Kong to an internationally recognized young vocalist became one of the most talked-about talent show stories of her generation. Her appearance on America's Got Talent introduced her to millions of viewers who were immediately struck by the emotional depth and technical control of her voice despite her young age. But what often gets overlooked in viral fame stories is what happens after the cameras stop rolling. For Celine, the end of her televised run did not mean the end of her journey. It marked the beginning of a far more complex chapter filled with growth, adjustment, pressure, and opportunity. While audiences saw polished performances and standing ovations, the reality behind the scenes involved balancing education, family expectations, artistic development, and the psychological weight of early fame. The transition from global attention back to a more structured daily life is rarely simple, especially for a young performer still forming her identity. Celine's story, After AGT, reflects this tension between public admiration and private development. Rather than fading from relevance, she continued building her career across competitions, live performances, and collaborations. Yet the emotional question remained: how does a child who once stood on one of the world's biggest stages redefine success afterward? Her path suggests that fame was not the final destination, but a stepping stone toward a longer artistic journey shaped by resilience, discipline, and evolving passion for music. Early life and the musical foundation that shaped her. Celine Tam was born on November 22, 2007, in Hong Kong into a family where music was not just an interest but a guiding force. Her father, Dr. Steve Tam, played a crucial role in shaping her early exposure to singing and musical discipline, while her mother contributed to a supportive and creatively encouraging home environment. From a young age, music was woven into daily life, creating an atmosphere where curiosity and expression were naturally encouraged rather than forced. Interestingly, Celine and her sister were both named after the legendary singer Celine Tam, reflecting their parents' admiration for powerful vocal artistry. This symbolic naming choice subtly foreshadowed the path Celine would eventually pursue. Music was always present, whether through casual listening, structured lessons, or spontaneous singing moments in everyday settings. One of the most defining early memories often shared about Celine's childhood involves her singing Celine Tam's My Heart Will Go On at just 3 years old during a car ride. This moment was not simply cute family trivia. It became the first clear signal of her unusual musical sensitivity. Her ability to remember melody, emotion, and tone at such a young age stood out even to non-musicians. Her upbringing was therefore not centered on pushing her into fame, but on nurturing a natural gift. This foundation became critical later when she entered competitive environments, as it gave her both technical grounding and emotional connection to music. A child prodigy emerges through training and early exposure as Celine grew older. Her early talent quickly developed into structured ability under the guidance of her father, who took an active role in mentoring her musical journey. Rather than treating her talent as a novelty, he approached it with seriousness and discipline, helping her explore different vocal styles and languages while ensuring she maintained balance as a child. This combination of structure and encouragement allowed her to mature musically faster than many of her peers. Her early performances in local competitions marked the beginning of her transition from home training to public recognition. In these environments, she was exposed to the realities of audience feedback, stage pressure, and competitive evaluation. Despite her age, she consistently stood out for her emotional delivery, not just technical accuracy. Her participation in contests like children's singing events helped her build stage confidence. Each performance became a learning experience rather than just a test. Judges often noted that she sang with a sense of emotional awareness unusual for someone so young, suggesting that her interpretation of songs carried depth beyond simple memorization. This period of her life also reflected the importance of family involvement. Her father's decision to establish a learning environment tailored to her growth ensured she was not overwhelmed by expectations. Instead, she was gradually prepared for larger platforms. These early years created the foundation that would later allow her to step onto international stages without losing composure or artistic clarity. First steps into international competition and early recognition. Celine's early exposure to competition eventually led her beyond local stages and into international talent platforms. One of her first notable experiences came when she auditioned for Britain's Got Talent in 2015. Although her journey there was brief, it served as an important introduction to global-level performance standards. For a young singer, even a short appearance on such a stage provided valuable insight into the expectations of professional entertainment environments. Rather than discouraging her, this early experience seemed to strengthen her determination. She returned home with a clearer understanding of what it meant to perform under pressure and how important song selection, emotional control, and audience connection could be. These lessons would later become essential during her America's Got Talent journey. Between competitions, she continued refining her craft, performing at events and participating in smaller showcases that allowed her to experiment with different vocal styles. Her ability to adapt to various musical genres began to emerge during this time, showing that she was not limited to one type of performance. Her growing confidence and experience gradually positioned her as more than just a local talent. Industry observers and audiences who encountered her early performances began to recognize her as a developing artist with long-term potential. This period laid the groundwork for what would eventually become her defining breakthrough moment on one of the world's most watched talent shows. The breakthrough moment on America's Got Talent, Celine Tam's audition for America's Got Talent in 2017, marked the turning point in her public career. At just 9 years old, she stepped onto one of the most demanding stages in global entertainment and introduced herself with a calmness that contrasted with the scale of the moment. Her song choice, My Heart Will Go On, was both ambitious and symbolic, connecting her personal musical history with a globally recognized emotional anthem. From the first note, it became clear that her performance would not be ordinary. The audience responded with immediate silence, a rare reaction in live television environments. Her voice carried both clarity and emotional resonance, qualities that made her interpretation stand out even among far older contestants. The performance was not just technically impressive. It created a sense of emotional storytelling that resonated deeply with viewers. The judges reacted with visible surprise and admiration. Simon Cowell's acknowledgement of her talent carried particular weight, as his critiques are often considered among the most influential on the show. Heidi Klum, Mel B, and Howie Mandel also expressed strong appreciation for her natural ability and stage presence. This audition quickly gained viral attention online, spreading her name far beyond the television audience. In many ways, this moment transformed her from a promising young singer into an international recognition figure almost overnight, setting the stage for everything that followed in her career. The golden buzzer moment and rapid rise to fame, one of the most defining highlights of Celine Tam's AGT journey, was receiving the golden buzzer from guest judge Laverne Cox. This moment instantly elevated her status in the competition, sending her directly to the live shows and bypassing additional elimination rounds. For a young performer, this kind of recognition represented not just validation, but also a dramatic increase in public visibility. The emotional impact of the moment was evident both on stage and among her family, who were visibly moved by the achievement. Golden confetti falling around her symbolized a sudden leap into a new level of fame. Overnight, her audition video accumulated millions of views, turning her into a global talking point. The golden buzzer also created expectations. With increased attention came increased pressure to deliver consistently strong performances. While this can be challenging for adult performers, it was particularly significant for someone still navigating childhood and early artistic identity. Despite the pressure, Celine remained composed and continued preparing for subsequent rounds with dedication. Her performances were no longer just about showcasing talent. They became part of a larger narrative about potential, growth, and the journey of a young artist under global observation. This moment firmly established her as one of the standout contestants of her season. Semifinal performances and artistic choices under pressure as Celine progressed into the semifinals of America's Got Talent. The competition intensified significantly. At this stage, contestants were expected to demonstrate not only vocal ability, but also artistic maturity and strategic song selection. Celine initially considered performing emotionally intense ballads, but ultimately shifted toward more dynamic and expressive material. One of her key performances included a transition to Disney's How Far I'll Go, a decision that reflected both her personal connection to themes of growth and independence and her desire to show versatility. This choice allowed her to explore a more youthful and empowering energy compared to her earlier ballad-focused performances. On stage, she delivered the song with a blend of confidence and innocence, supported by a visually immersive backdrop that enhanced the emotional tone of the performance. The audience responded positively, and judges acknowledged her continued development as a performer. However, this stage also introduced new challenges. As competition narrowed, comparisons between contestants became more intense. Every performance was evaluated not only on its own merit, but also in relation to others competing for the same limited final spots. This environment required emotional resilience as much as vocal skill. Celine's semifinal performances demonstrated that she was evolving artistically, even under significant pressure. Each appearance reflected a growing awareness of storytelling, stage presence, and emotional interpretation. Mixed judge reactions and the reality of competitive performance. While Celine Tam received significant praise during her AGT performances, she also experienced mixed critiques that highlighted the subjective nature of talent competitions. Simon Cowell often praised her vocal improvement and emotional delivery, emphasizing her potential as a developing artist. His feedback suggested that she had a rare combination of technical skill and expressive capability. However, not all judges agreed on every performance. Mel B, for example, occasionally expressed concerns that certain song choices did not fully showcase Celine's vocal range or emotional depth. These differing opinions reflected broader disagreements about artistic interpretation rather than a lack of talent. Such contrasting feedback is common in competitive environments, where judges bring different artistic perspectives. While some prioritize technical precision, others focus on emotional impact or stage dynamics. For Celine, this meant learning to navigate criticism while maintaining confidence in her artistic identity. The audience reaction to these critiques also demonstrated the emotional investment viewers had in her journey. At times, Disagreements among judges sparked strong audience responses, showing how deeply connected fans had become to her story. Ultimately, these mixed reactions played an important role in her development. They exposed her to the reality that artistic success often involves differing opinions, and that growth as a performer requires resilience as well as adaptability. Elimination, emotional response, and public reaction. Despite her strong performances and growing popularity, Celine Tam did not advance to the America's Got Talent finals. Her elimination came as an emotional moment for both her supporters and her family, who had followed her journey closely from the beginning. Given the high expectations surrounding her Golden Buzzer status, the result was particularly surprising to many viewers. However, Celine's reaction to the outcome reflected maturity beyond her years. Instead of expressing disappointment publicly, she acknowledged the experience with gratitude, thanking fans for their support and recognizing the opportunity she had been given. This response helped shape public perception of her as not only a talented singer, but also a grounded and respectful young artist. The audience reaction online was divided, with many expressing disappointment and others praising her journey regardless of the outcome. Viral clips of her performances continued circulating, ensuring that her exposure did not end with the competition. Elimination from a talent show often marks the end of public attention for many contestants, but in Celine's case, it functioned as a transition point. Rather than fading from relevance, she began building a career outside the show's structure, using the experience as a launch pad rather than a conclusion. Staged career growth and expanding opportunities. After her time on America's Got Talent, Celine Tam returned to Hong Kong, where she was warmly received by local audiences and media. Her exposure on an international platform significantly increased her performance opportunities, allowing her to participate in high-profile events, competitions, and televised appearances. She continued performing in both local and international settings, gradually expanding her artistic portfolio. Each performance contributed to her development as a more versatile singer, capable of adapting to different audiences and musical styles. Her appearances at events such as major pageants and singing competitions further strengthened her reputation as a young professional performer. These opportunities also allowed her to collaborate with established artists and learn from experienced performers in the industry. Importantly, her post-AGT career was not defined by a single moment, but by a series of gradual developments. Rather than relying solely on past fame, she continued working on her craft, demonstrating consistency and long-term dedication. This phase of her journey highlights the reality that early success in entertainment requires continuous effort to sustain. Celine's ability to remain active and relevant after her televised breakthrough reflects both personal discipline and strong family support. Collaborations, global exposure, and artistic evolution. One of the most significant aspects of Celine Tam's post-AGT career has been her collaborations with other artists and participation in international music events. Working with fellow young performers allowed her to explore new vocal dynamics and expand her musical expression beyond solo performances. A notable collaboration involved performing emotionally driven duets that gained widespread attention online. These performances often went viral due to the combination of strong vocal harmony and emotional storytelling, further establishing her presence in digital music spaces. She also participated in international singing competitions that brought together contestants from various countries. These experiences exposed her to different cultural interpretations of music and performance styles, helping her refine her adaptability as an artist. Social media played an important role in this phase of her career. Through online platforms, She maintained a direct connection with her audience, sharing updates, performances, and behind-the-scenes moments. This helped her build a loyal fan base that followed her journey beyond television appearances. Overall, this stage of her career reflects artistic evolution. Rather than being defined solely by her early fame, Celine began shaping a more independent identity as a performer capable of sustained growth and collaboration. Conclusion: a continuing journey beyond early fame, Celine Tam's story after America's Got Talent illustrates the complex reality of early fame in the modern entertainment world. While her audition introduced her to millions and her golden buzzer moment solidified her as a standout talent, her journey did not end with the show. It transformed into a longer path of artistic development and personal growth. Her experiences reflect both the opportunities and challenges faced by young performers in the public eye. Fame brought visibility and opportunity, but it also introduced pressure, expectations, and the need for emotional resilience. Through it all, Celine continued building her identity as a singer, not just as a former talent show contestant. Today, her career represents continuity rather than closure. Each performance, collaboration, and appearance adds another layer to her evolving artistic profile. Whether on stage in competitions, at public events, or through digital platforms, she continues to engage with music as a long-term passion rather than a short-lived moment of fame. Her journey suggests that success in entertainment is not defined by a single competition result, but by sustained dedication and growth over time. Celine Tam's path remains open-ended, shaped by both her early achievements and the possibilities that still lie ahead in her musical future.